The story that is coming in the exam. Adding.
La que tenía parte español, parte inglés.
You prefer family pictures?
Yeah.
No, it's going to be too easy if you have family picture in the exam because there is in Spanish and in English. So no, adding chart it's only in English, so it's better this one. Yes. Yes. Now, adding in charge. That is the name of the story that is coming. In this second exam, you're going to have just one story. It's just one. In the previous exam, in the first partial exam, we have two stories. In second partial, just one. Now, let's review. Remember that in page 112, you can find the vocabulary of adding chart. This is important. You need to study the vocabulary class. You need to study by heart this vocabulary that is there. So don't forget the meaning of billups. What is the meaning of billups, class?
Make it loud. Noise.
It's a deep noise. That's right. It's a loud, deep noise. Look at the picture here. There is a code, and you see the sign of the sound. So this is a representation that is billups. Now, also we have the word billups. What is billups?
Great waves of smoke.
That's right. They are waves of smoke. That's right. Look at the picture here. You have some example. Now, this vocabulary, you need to study this vocabulary. That is coming, the vocabulary. Billups. Also, we have another word that is tufts and crotch. What is tufts, class?
It's like
bunches
a
of
plant
fingers.
that is like peluda.
Yes, you can say it that. We can say it in Spanish, yes. So bunches, you can have it, the bunches of hair, of grass, that they are held together at one end. Look at this picture. It looks like flowers, but they are not flowers. And they are tied, they are held together in this end. In the other end, it's not.
Money.
No, they're in a money. They're grass. It's grass. It looks like flowers, but it's grass. This is grass. So that is top. Bunches of hair, grass that they are held together. And what about crouched? What is crouched?
It's acurrucado.
That is in Spanish. That's right. So remember, look at this dog. Remember that Addie also was crouched when she realized that it was a fire. Now it's a stoop low with the bent legs.
One thing that I remember of Addie in charge that Addie is a strong girl.
That's right. We're going to review the story. Don't worry, Anna. What about smarter, class? What is a smarter?
Caído.
Golpeado.
Sharp pain. That's right. You have a pain. It is to have a pain, any pain, so that you feel it's like smarter. And well, this word is not common, but it's important in goals. It's to be overwhelmed. Look at this boy here. It's overwhelmed. Okay. Remember to study the vocabulary of this story. This is important. You already copied this, so you don't have to copy. Now, who can tell me what is the answer for number 1? The cat did this before it jumped off the bookshelf. Using the vocabulary.
Crouched.
It crouched, that's right. That is number 1. The word rhymes with the soft things that you put in your hand on your bed. What is the soft things that you put in your hand when you are going to sleep in your bed?
Pillows.
Pillow. So which word rhymes with pillow?
Bellows.
Pillows. That's right. There's one. The word rhymes with fellows. Which word rhymes with fellows?
Pillows.
That's right. The second one. This can be made of feathers. It says with hair or grass.
It's matter.
Tough. That's right. And so it's matter. It's going to be the last one. I yelled at smarter. That's right. Remember to study, to review this that you have in your notebook. This is so important also. You need to study this. You already copied this in your notebook. Yes? Okay, this is just for checking if you remember the meaning of the word. For example, this one, the cat did before jumping, he was Crouch. Crouch. That's right. The words that rhymes with Phillips, and with Phillips. Okay, excellent. Now, here we have again the definitions of the words. Remember, don't forget the meaning of these 5 words. So you need to study these 5 definitions of these words. And you need to read one more time adding charge so you can check the details on importance. So before the exam, you need to read the story. Now, who can tell me what are the 2 names of the Addy brothers?
George.
George
and Bart.
and Bart. That's right. Now, who can tell me what was Addy's parents doing before there was a fire in the prairie? Addy's parents.
Going to the house of your brother George.
They didn't stay at home. That's right. Why? Because they were building what?
Fire the house.
They were building a sod house. They were building a sod house. At the beginning, the first page of the story, you find that answer, that they were building a sod house. Okay, who rescued Addy and Bart?
The little brother.
George. Who is the little brother, Khaled? What is the name of the little brother? Bart. That's right, Bart. Okay, that's right. Excellent. Now, what can you tell me about adding chart? What is about this story? Imagine that I don't know what is this story. How can you tell me? How can you explain what is adding chart about? Raise your hand.
The house is in fire.
The house of Addy?
Yes, the house of.
Is Addy's house on fire or is another prairie? In a prairie, there is in another place the fire. In the prairie, that's right. And what happened? What happened with Addy?
He had to. When the prayer turns on fire, Addy salva a bird.
She says she rescued Bart, and how they stay alive? In which place they hide themselves?
In a well.
In a well, that's right. They have themselves in a well.
The house of Addy is on fire, and she behind your house and go to the house of your brother George.
Okay, brother George. Okay, don't forget, you need to read it. Now, these questions you have in your notebook also. It says, when the fire comes, remember the fire, it was in a prairie. It's not in Addy's house, it's in a prairie. What makes the children cough, class? What makes the children cough?
Very good.
Number 1, answer number 1, the question. Remember that it was a fire. Addy was checking. She listened a lot of bells of the cows. Animals.
Into the well.
Smoke blows into the well. That's right. Now, number 2, why did Addy wait so long before climbing?
He had to be. The fire is large and dangerous. She stayed in the well a long time to be sure the fire is really gone.
That's right. So even in the exam, I tell you, is it true or false? Listen, if I tell you, Addy waited so long before climbing out of the well because the fire was so dangerous, is it true?
Because bird.
Because bird?
True.
No,
Is that difficult for him? Wait.
Okay, remember that the fire was large and dangerous, so Addy and Bart, they have themselves into the well. And remember that since Bart is a little boy, Addy needs to take care of him. She climbed out the well to protect herself and to protect Bart. Yes, and remember, it was so hard for Addy because she was tired, and besides being tired, Bart is hanging onto her back. Remember that she was climbing down the well. So, and Bart in the back. He needs to protect the little brother, Bert. Yes? Okay, what else? Also, we need to remember all this question. How you describe Addie? How can you describe Addie?
Brave, strong.
Brave, strong. What else?
Strong.
She is brave. She is responsible. She is strong. Excellent. She take care of her little brother all by herself. She was alone just with Bert in the house. Who is Ruby Lillian?
Addie's doll.
Addie's doll, that's right. Why are cinders flying in the air and getting on Addie's face?
A strong wind has blown the cinders from a prayer fire.
That's right. Remember there was a lot of cinders flying in the air because it was a prayer fire. Remember, it wasn't a prayer, the fire. It wasn't in Addie's house. Yes. So if I tell you that Ruby Lillian is Addie's sister, is it true or false?
False.
False.
Yes, Ruby Lillian is Addie's doll. Remember that she doesn't have sisters, just two brothers. Excellent. Okay, we have another question also. Who helps Addie and Bor out of the well?
George.
George, that's right, it was George. George is the boy that helps. Now, if I tell you that Addie and Bor, they were out of the well because of Ruby Lillian, is it true? Remember that Ruby Lillian is a doll. Okay, next question. How do you think Addie feels when George tells she is brave?
He feels surprised.
George thinking no sé cómo decir eso en inglés.
She's surprised.
Proud.
She's prouder. Yes. Remember that she's surprised. She feels proud because she didn't know that George thinking this way about her. Previously, they were saying different things that they don't consider that this fire is going to come, and the perspective, the way that they think about each other is going to change. So now George says, you are brave, you are strong. So she feels surprised to listen to that. Okay, what else we can say about Addie in charge, class? What else? What else you remember about this story?
She have a doll.
She has a doll.
Only have a question.
So at the end, she's out of the prayer, she is out of the well, or she stayed on the well. Addie and Bert.
They are on the household.
They are outside, that's right, because George helped them. So Addie Bert stay with George, the eldest brother. Any question about the story, class? Something that you understand, or is it clear everything? I'm going to display the story. Just let me open it. Story. Remember that you need to study to read one more time the story so you can identify more details. You need your notebook to study these questions. You need your notebook to study this question. And just by reading the notebook and reading one more time the story, you can answer the questions. Okay, let's see. Do you have any question, Marcelo? Caleb? Okay, let's see Marcelo and then.
Yo opino que Ari
To read the story.
Yes, remember to read one more time the story. That is, you can find it on page 112, that you have it. As I was telling you at the beginning, we have information about the age of Addie.
I can be.
We have also, it says, for 2 days, how many days Addie was left in charge of the farm? It says for 2 days, Addie is left in charge of the fences farm and her two older brothers. So it means the boy is just 2 years old. Yes, we are in page 113, 14. Remember also it says that the family, we're not going to read it. We're not going to read it. The family of Addie was building a sod house. A sod house, so they were not in the parade, in the house. She was in charge of board. Yes, so this, you have to read it one more time to review this story. Remember here in this picture, in this part, you identified that she was climbing down, bored with Addie. She was tired, but she needs to take care of her little brother. Yes?
Like me when the class.
Joshua? Gabriela, you have any question, Gabriela?
No, I don't have
Yes,
more.
I don't remember the name of the doll.
The name of the doll. What is the name of the doll, class?
Ruby Lillian.
Ruby Lillian, that's right. That is the name of the doll. Ruby Lillian. Welcome. Here it is. In the first part, you have it. It says, with the company of Ruby Lillian, a doll, and Miss Prime Rules in person, Addie may put in her son body. So here it is, Ruby Lillian. So basically is this, just read it one more time by yourself. Read it out, you can read it out loud. So just for review this detail. But if you remember to study with the notebook, you're going to feel easier this story because the questions of your notebook, they are so important for you to study. And the vocabulary, don't forget to study the vocabulary. This is so important. Now, questions about this class, question about the story. Any other question? No? Okay, so we're going to finish. Let's finish for today the review of reading. Remember, tomorrow we continue with the next topics. Okay? Bye-bye.
9 minutes more.
Hi, Miss.
Bye-bye. Enjoy your lunch.